using their gloves. We're disinfecting and sanitizing all the tables as people get up, and then we spray a Lysol disinfectant in the area just as an extra precaution, and the people see that.
They raise their hand and they take on a higher level of scrutiny and commit to a higher level of safety for their guests.
Jeff Lubkeman is the Senior Vice President of the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association. What do you do to hold restaurants accountable once they get this to make sure that they continue following the rules?
With ours, we actually go out and check. We haven't had anybody break the rules yet, and I'm hoping we won't.
I mean, you didn't have to get the certificate.
I did not.
With 18 employees and his retirement hanging in the balance, Pergola knows the stakes are high.
I'm responsible for that. If we don't comply with things, and God forbid that we get shut down again.
And we're here probably a couple of times a week.
But regulars are coming back and noticing the changes.
I don't know who he paid off, but that was terrific. No, I mean, it's, you know something, it's well deserved.
The program started in July with only a handful of businesses participating. There are now more than 50 with 100 more in the queue. We've posted the full list on our website, WPTV.com/rebound, so you can check out if your favorite restaurant is on it. Well, plenty has been put on hold, we know, during the pandemic as we all try to distance somewhat from each other and stop the spread of COVID-19. But there are still people who need a helping hand, even when the going gets tough. Forrest Sanders shares a story of a family who recently decided to open their hearts and their home to a very special young man.
Please be a quarterback. Marcus Mariota!
You know, Andrew and Jock didn't become best friends the first day they met, or really the second.
Andrew, who should our quarterback be?
But the third day, they began to realize.
We had like a lot of stuff in common. Games, Minecraft.
And that's not all.
I don't want to say it.
Say what? Pop-Tarts. They love Pop-Tarts.
We need more Pop-Tarts. We do.
Around the Bat Cave, it's video games. Break for Pop-Tarts. Repeat.
Pop-Tart, and they eat all day if you let them all day. Pop-Tart.
Keeping up with the appetite of two preteen boys is Jacques' mom and dad, Kevin and Dominique Gill.
As the years went on, they got pretty close. It's always good to see that bond that they grew.
But the truth is, this friendship isn't as simple as just video games and Pop-Tarts.
Your best.
Andrew has lived in foster care about half his life. And more than 8,000 children are in that foster system in Tennessee, waiting for a forever home.
They really want that stability in their lives.
Molly Parker's with Youth Villages. She tells us the pandemic is slowing the calls coming in for possible homes.
And a lot of families were unsure if they wanted to open their homes to a placement just because they didn't really know what the future held.
But to that, the Gills want to tell you something. You see, a few years ago, they became Andrew's foster family, but he eventually left here.
Oh man, I didn't care.
That's not true.
I'm just playing with you. I missed him. Just really love him.
And so comes this. Molly and Andrew on a walk through the park. Andrew realizes. What's happening?
I just turned around the corner and saw everybody.
It's a celebration, y'all! Hype it up! Woo!
The Gills ask Andrew if he'll become a forever part of their family.
They asked, will you? And I said, yeah.
Button, please work. Before I scream, I will scream.
When we see them together, we're glad we decided to adopt Andrew.
And now, Jock and Andrew share the Batcave. 2 screens for video games for each. Never too far from never-ending Pop-Tarts.
This is my brother, Jacquez. This is my brother, Andrew.
That's awesome. Well, you can get the updates on the coronavirus pandemic on air and on our free WPTV News app. We also have a section of our website dedicated to our coverage, WPTV.com/coronavirus. It is 7:13, and this morning, why the Fort Pierce Police Department needs your help. Plus a warning from firefighters to make sure to check your grill.
And we do have some wet weather offshore. Some of the models bringing the showers into coastal communities this morning. But what about during the afternoon? Of course, we'll talk about it coming up.
Right now, police in Fort Pierce are asking for your help to find a missing man. They say 77-year-old Labonte Sancius suffers from dementia and didn't return home to his house in the 1600 block of Citrus Avenue last night. He was last seen walking westbound on Orange Avenue. He's described as 5'7" and about 115 pounds. He was last seen wearing black shorts, no shirt, and brown sandals. Anyone who sees him should call 911 right away. Developing this morning, a deadly crash in Palm Beach County is now under investigation. The sheriff's office says it happened about 8 o'clock Saturday morning. A truck hit a 2019 Honda motorcycle after turning onto Caroline Drive from Southern Boulevard, then killing 19-year-old Jacob Matius. The truck driver was not injured. Deputies tell us the driver of the truck did not see the motorcycle at the time. It is unclear if the driver will face charges. Also developing this morning, a fire now under investigation on the Treasure Coast. It happened in a duplex on Revels Lane in Fort Pierce. Fortunately, no one was injured, but 2 adults and 5 children were displaced. Local Red Cross volunteer members of the Disaster Action Team helped coordinate emergency aid to those affected. The cause of the first is still under investigation. Well, your propane grill could put your family at risk, and that's why it is so important to be checking for links. Palm Beach County Fire Rescue actually put together this video here. It shows you how to check. All you need is a sponge and some soapy water. You put the tank on and run the sponge with soapy water all over the connections and hose. You're looking for expanding bubbles. If you see any bubble getting bigger, you'll know right away that gas is leaking. If that happens, turn the gas off, change out the hose, and then tighten up those connections.
Well, good morning, everyone. Starting off with some clouds this morning. Here's a live look. This is South County, Boca Raton, FAU Stadium. You can see lots of clouds hanging around this morning. For today, we'll be in and out of the clouds. Lots of tropical moisture will be working its way into South Florida as we head into the next several days. As a result, rain chances will be on the high side. Plus, an area of lower pressure will start to move into the state tomorrow, and it's going to stick around through Wednesday, again, bringing us some showers and some thunderstorms. All right, so with that said, temperature-wise, at least it's a little more comfortable in some spots this morning thanks to the rain that we saw during the overnight hours. Right now, upper 70s into the Palm Beaches, likewise the Treasure Coast, and into coastal Palm Beach County. Temperatures running a little bit cooler compared to yesterday at the same hour, thanks in part to that rain. Winds right now are light. For today, winds at about 5 to 10, generally coming in out of the east. And notice we do have some rain showers offshore, and some of the computer models bringing the rain showers into coastal communities, generally during the mid-morning hours. And then as we head into the afternoon hours, everything's going to start to move farther and farther inland. But notice how much moisture we have across the tropics and stretching all the way down towards Cuba and the Bahamas. All of this rotating around this area of lower pressure in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Notice the spin right here, the counterclockwise flow. That's that upper level low. This is going to work its way into the peninsula as we head into the next few days, staying with us through Wednesday, and then by Thursday starts to pull away and moves farther to the west. Now for tomorrow, Labor Day, we'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies, a 60% chance of those showers and those thunderstorms. In the Atlantic, we are tracking a couple of waves. In fact, just south of Hispaniola in the Caribbean, we do have one. This one has a very low chance of becoming a tropical cyclone over the next few, but we have 2 more waves that we're watching farther in the Atlantic. This one has a very high chance, and then there's another one coming off of Africa. This one, too, over the next 5 days has a high chance of becoming either a tropical depression or a tropical storm. The long-range computer models do actually spin up tropical systems, but they keep both of them way out in the Atlantic and away from us. So some good news there, obviously. All right, so here's Vipercast. As we head into the mid-morning hours, you can see some coastal rain showers. This is around 10 a.m., and then everything starts to shift inland as we head into the afternoon hours and into the evening hours. But notice those showers offshore. Those could affect us during the overnight hours, too. So for today, partly to mostly cloudy at times. We'll see daytime highs right around 90 degrees. Average for this time of year is 89. We'll have a 50% chance of those showers and storms. And then as we head into tonight, we'll have a couple of coastal rain showers, temperatures in the 70s, an easterly flow at 15. And here's your first alert 7-day forecast. As we head into Labor Day Monday, we're going to start to see rain chances increase, especially on Tuesday, a 70% chance, still high on Wednesday, and then we're a bit drier Thursday and Friday.
It is 7:21. Parachuters and fighter jets. Why it's going to be quite a busy day in Jupiter this Labor Day. Plus, we'll see what Mr. Food is cooking up in the test kitchen. You're watching WPTV News Channel 5.
This is the time of year when we're craving heartier meals. And one way to make everything from thick-cut pork chops to slow-cooked roasts super juicy and as tender as can be is to brine them. Now, if you're not sure where to start, let me share an old-world-style brine that'll take these pork chops to a whole new level. We start by mixing some water with a bottle of dark beer, a couple of tablespoons of molasses, a bit of brown sugar, and some kosher or sea salt. Salt is key when brining as it helps the brine to penetrate the meat and tenderize it. Now we place our chops in a resealable bag and cover it with the brine. After it's sealed, into the fridge it goes for at least 4 hours or even overnight. Then we'll drain off the brine and toss these onto a grill pan, or we can do them outside on the grill. And since we wanted to go all out, we rub these with a homemade dry rub to really amp up the flavor. There you have it, perfectly brined chops that are so moist, so tender, and so flavorful, you're gonna wanna pick up the bone and nibble on it so you don't leave any goodness behind. To get the recipe, simply visit our website and type in beer brine pork chops. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a juicy and flavorful way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Well, it is going to be a busy holiday weekend on the water. A special boat parade in support of President Donald Trump is expected to sail tomorrow morning. It's being called Trumpilla. The event is promising to showcase high-profile guests as well as include parachuters, fighter jets all over the Jupiter Lighthouse. Similar boat parades will happen across the nation. This local event will kick off at 11 o'clock on Monday in Jupiter. A boat parade in honor of President Donald Trump turned a bit sideways in Texas. Take a look at this. These are pictures from Lake Travis showing boats engulfed in waves from choppy waters and the large wakes from supporters. According to officials, at least 4 boats sank and others crashed into the rocks. Thankfully, no one was injured here. South Florida is preparing for another presidential visit. A White House official confirms to the Palm Beach Post President Donald Trump will be in Jupiter on Tuesday. He will reportedly discuss the administration's environmental protection efforts right here in our area. This will be President Trump's 11th visit to Florida this year and the first to Palm Beach County since March.
And time now for your first alert weather forecast. If you're heading towards the beaches on this Sunday, could be dealing with a couple of coastal rain showers, at least during the mid-morning hours, maybe till about lunchtime. Then after that, everything is going to start to shift farther and farther inland. We'll have an easterly flow at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Surf knee-high or less, low chance of rip currents. So some good news there. And after going boating, we do have some scattered storms offshore. An easterly flow at 5 to 10 knots. Seas anywhere 1 to 2 feet. Inland waters will have a light chop. And there are your high and your low tide times.
It is 7:27 now, and coming up, why one man is searching for a new avenue after being banned from Facebook, and why one classroom is now moving outside to help kids learn in Mexico City.
Right now on WPTV News Channel 5.
At least 1,000 people are trapped in California this morning as a new wildfire rips through a national forest. Plus, one student's childhood dream now turning a sweet moment into a reality.
And tracking a couple of rain showers offshore. What does the rest of your Sunday, however, look like?
7:30. Welcome to Today on 5. I'm Tori Dunnan along with First Alert meteorologist Steve Villanueva. We're chugging along here.
Chugging along, heading into Sunday, and for today, Tori, we will start off with a couple of showers along the coast, generally during the mid-morning hours, and then everything's going to start to move farther and farther inland as we head into the afternoon. But certainly starting off with lots of clouds this morning across the area, lots of tropical moisture just offshore, and all of that deep tropical moisture will work its way across South Florida as we head into the next several days. 79 right now, West Palm, 78 into Vero Beach. Temperatures this morning, at least into coastal Palm Beach County, running a little bit cooler compared to yesterday morning, feeling a little bit better thanks in part to some rain that we did see during the overnight hours. Winds are light for today. We'll have winds at about 5 to 10 miles an hour, maybe up to 15 at times, generally coming in out of the east. Notice we do have some showers offshore, and some of these, if they hold together, could start to affect coastal communities as we head into the mid-morning hours. In fact, you can see just to the east of Fort Pierce, we have a couple of showers, likewise just to the east of Boynton Beach. So again, along the coast could have some showers generally during the morning hours, and then everything's going to start to move inland as the afternoon wears on. Now, in the meantime, lots of tropical moisture stretching into the Bahamas and all the way down to Cuba. All of this rotating around an area of lower pressure right here. And this low will eventually work its way into the peninsula starting tomorrow and stay with us through Wednesday, bringing us an elevated chance of showers and thunderstorms. This morning, a coastal shower possible. Then as the day goes on, everything starts to shift west of the Turnpike.
Breaking overnight, rescues underway in California's Sierra National Forest after a fast-spreading wildfire trapped at least 1,000 people. The first has already injured 10 people this weekend alone, and the number is expected to grow as rescues continue. Meantime, crews are still working to put out the fire itself. As of Saturday evening, it was 0% contained. Riots breaking out in Portland as the city sees its 100th night of protests against police brutality. This weekend alone, police deployed smoke devices, arrested dozens of people who they say refused to leave an area. There are reports that some people at the protests threw rocks and other items at officers before those arrests started. Now to the Run for the Roses. Authentic led all the way to win the Kentucky Derby. In a race that was seen right here on News Channel 5, he stole the victory from the favorite, Tiz the Law, in the final stretch. The race took place without the usual crowd, though, of about 150,000 people at Churchill Downs. Of course, that's because of the coronavirus pandemic. Well, here at home, bars and restaurants open their doors to patrons for some Derby-themed fun. Batch New Southern Kitchen in West Palm Beach served up mint juleps and food specials to highlight this historic race.
Well, yeah, we would love to do a nice themed brunch every now and then, give people a reason to get dressed up and get out of their houses. And so, you know, as we're doing Kentucky Derby, it's like, all right, sundresses, big hats, let's have a good time.
This year's Derby was moved from the first Saturday in May due to the pandemic. Without a doubt, for most Americans, 2020 has been a year of ups and downs, that's for sure. Well, one college student was motivated to give the phrase a fun and positive spin, literally, for his grandfather. Sam Reed explains.
Fred Silverblatt lives life on the edge.
I am a very young 83.
He's still a practicing doctor and a triathlon athlete, so it's not too surprising to hear there's a new addition to his front yard causing a lot of amusement.
I think we're probably the only one in Rhode Island.
A one-way roller coaster built by his grandson.
So it actually really started when I was like 8 or 9 years old, and I always wanted to build a roller coaster.
Home from college because of COVID. 20-year-old Elliot Ryan, who's studying to become a civil engineer, decided to finally turn that dream into a reality.
I asked my grandpa, and then he's like, "Will you build it for me?" And I said, "Sure."
Elliot worked almost every day, April through August, using wood, nails, and a slide he got as a gift from his grandpa when he was 2.
He did everything all himself. That's the amazing thing about it.
2 weeks ago, Elliot put the final touches on his creation, and guess who was first to test it out?
I'm getting oh my goodness.
It was very exciting, probably more exciting than I anticipated.
It was crazy. I was a little nervous. I knew it was going to be fun for him and fun for everyone to watch them do it.
Fun is exactly what this did for their family, who, like many others recently, have been dealing with a roller coaster of emotions.
This really provided some enlightenment and some joy.
Elliot says he's grateful for his grandfather's guiding encouragement, helping push this project to perfection.
What he does is crazy. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to be doing at his age, but it's probably not going to be that.
Go Grandpa. Well, grandson and grandpa already have plans to make the roller coaster even bigger next summer. I'm sure we'll get a follow-up. It is 7:36, and this morning, new concerns as you hit the skies for Labor Day. Plus, one grandma who isn't letting her age or cancer stop her.
Well, good morning, everyone. As we head into tomorrow, Labor Day, we'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies. Not the best Labor Day, as we will be dodging some showers and some thunderstorms. We'll have a daytime high of 89 degrees, which is average for this time of year. And we'll see about a 60% chance of showers and storms as we head into tomorrow. Today, a 50% chance. First, we'll start off with some rain showers along the coast through about lunchtime, and then everything's going to start to shift farther inland. But notice how rain chances do start to increase as we head into the next several days. An area of lower pressure works its way into the peninsula, and that's going to stay with us through Wednesday. Then by Thursday, we start to get back to normal.
Some Americans might be traveling this holiday weekend to enjoy the final days of summer. But after seeing spikes in COVID-19 cases after other holidays, health officials are worried the pandemic could get worse if people don't remain careful. Britt Conway has more.
All that holiday travel, raising alarm bells. Health experts say COVID-19 cases could surge after Labor Day, and that it's up to us to stop it.
We saw a surge after Memorial Day. We saw a surge after the 4th of July. So if that's any indication, we're going to see something similar.
As of Saturday, there were more than 6.2 million confirmed coronavirus cases and 188,000 deaths in the U.S. Officials warn those numbers could spike if Americans on the move this weekend don't take precautions.
We use Labor Day as a way to take the day off, but unfortunately the virus doesn't.
We don't want to go into that with another surge that we have to turn around again. So it really is an important weekend.
That means limiting the number of guests during family and social gatherings to prevent a super spreader event and avoiding gatherings with people outside your bubble of trust. Experts urge college students to remain on campus to avoid going back and forth. While several COVID-19 vaccines are under development, health officials say don't forget to protect yourself against the flu.
We are expecting to see this sort of double surge, if you will, of both the coronavirus and the influenza virus, which can present very similarly.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
And there's a big boost in traffic and safety protocols at airports across the nation as the holiday weekend picks up. The transportation safety industry just redesigned their security checkpoints. Travelers are seeing plexiglass that separates officers and passengers, stickers on the floor to keep passengers 6 feet apart, and now self-service kiosks that check your ID, then match it to your airline ticket record. Dairy Queen's Blizzard scented candles, those are actually a thing. Well, they sold out in just 1 hour. The candles are part of a promotion to benefit the Children's Miracle Network. The 6 candles smelled like caramel apple pie blizzard, fudge brownie, and other soft serve ice cream desserts. Last fall, Dairy Queen did the candle promotion with Snickerdoodle cookie dough blizzard and pumpkin pie blizzard. 100% of all proceeds benefit the Children's Hospital charity. This is a group of bighorn sheep. Well, they took a trip down a California mountain and caused kind of a stir here. Deputies there in Riverside were called into the area to help the sheep find their way back. They shut the road down and had to reroute traffic while the animals were moved, taking about an hour to get them back up the mountain. The city, known for the world-famous Indianapolis 500, is hosting another racing championship this holiday weekend, the Soapbox Derby. A grandmother is sure to make Soapbox Derby history as the oldest racer, but she's also trying to win. Dan Klein has this inspirational story.
Watch out.
Age
I'm 59.
is just a number for Deborah Houston.
Oh, I feel great. And I don't look 59. And really, when I'm dolled up, I even look better.
It's a small number indeed. She's trying something new this weekend.
This is going to be my first race.
That's right. First race ever, and it comes in the National Derby Rally's National Championships in Indianapolis. It all started when the coach of the Inner City Racing League, where 3 of her grandchildren train, approached her.
He goes, and you the right size? Will you do it? And I really didn't think he was serious.
But here she is, alongside about 150 racers coming from as far away as California, Texas, and Florida to compete. Friday is weigh-in day.
I'm 4'9", and I weigh 89 pounds.
Each car in the 5 divisions is identical to each other in terms of weight and weight distribution. It's all about setup, aerodynamics, and guiding. In fact, in Deborah's division, all you'll see are the eyes. If you're driving, you're doing too much.
It's not as hard as it looks, but it's not as easy either.
Indianapolis's Wilbur Shaw Hill, named for the former IMS president and 3-time Indy 500 winner, is the longest designated soapbox derby track in the country. It takes about 25 seconds to make it down the 1,000 feet. Top speed, about 30 miles an hour. Deborah got her grandkids started this summer thanks to a friend. She hopes it teaches them responsibility.
These kids today, they don't want to do nothing hardly if it don't involve the computer. This is 8-9 hours of no computer, no phones. I love it.
But this serves another purpose too. Earlier this year, she found out her cervical cancer had come back. So there's 2 chemo appointments a week, along with her practices. But that's no problem.
As a matter of fact, I think it keeps me going. It gives me a reason not to lay up in the bed and think about chemo and cancer.
The youngest racer in Deborah's division is 11, meaning she's more than 5 times as old and at least double everyone else. She'll try not to use that against them, because while she has the age record in the bag, that's not the only one she's going after.
Are you going to win this weekend?
I'm going to win. I'm going to win, and I'm very competitive, so I'm going to win.
She's hoping that her example motivates other grandmothers to find activities to do with their grandkids. As for the races, it is a double elimination tournament. The championships are set for tomorrow. Good luck. It is 7:45. Coming up, how you can grab some fair food even though it's still 4 months away. Plus, the furry new additions at the Palm Beach Zoo that will have you running there to check it out. You're watching WPTV News Channel 5. How about grabbing some good food for the holiday weekend? Well, today you can get a taste of the South Florida Fair, even though it's still 4 months away. Fairground is holding its Fair Eats drive-through all weekend long. You just have to drive up to get a taste of your favorite foods. It looks good, right? Funnel cakes, corn dogs, and much more.
We want people to think about the fair as we go through what we're going through, and it's fun too. So we want people to have something fun to do, to take their minds off of things and enjoy some really good fair foods.
The Fair Eats drive-through runs today and Monday from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. Hey, the Palm Beach Zoo is almost ready to unveil its newest additions this Tuesday. Its 3 new tiger cubs will be on display in their tropical tiger habitat with their mom. They've been living in a specialized behind-the-scenes area of the habitat, but the zoo now says the cubs are just over 3 months old and ready to explore. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to go check them out.
Very cute, those little guys. Well, good morning, everyone. We begin this morning tracking the tropics. In fact, we have a couple of waves that we're watching this morning. We have one in the Caribbean just south of Hispaniola. Very low chance that this one becomes a tropical system over the next couple of days. But of course, we'll continue to watch that one. Now, farther out in the Atlantic, we have 2 more that we're watching. We have one right here, has a very high chance of becoming a tropical, either a depression or storm over the next few. And then behind that one, there's a wave coming off of Africa. And that one, too, over the next 5 days has a very high chance of becoming either a tropical depression or a tropical storm. Computer models do spin up tropical systems with both of these waves. Good news is that they stay well on out in the Atlantic. In the meantime, closer to home, there's a live look at Jupiter. Lots of clouds to start the day, but as the day goes on, we will see more and more in the way of sunshine. Now, along the coast, we'll have some showers during the morning hours, maybe till about lunchtime, scattered about, and then later in the day, everything will start to shift farther and farther inland. Temperatures right now, 70s region-wide, and in fact, in some spots, temperatures considerably cooler compared to yesterday morning, especially into Boca. So feeling cooler there thanks in part to some rain that moved through during the overnight hours. Winds right now are light. Later today, winds at about 5 to 10, maybe up to 15. The winds generally coming in out of the east. So notice we do have lots of showers offshore, and some of these starting to move inland. You can see right on top of Jupiter and Tequesta, we do have a shower that's coming ashore this morning. A few more showers just north of the Bahamas, and a couple now starting to move into coastal parts of St. Lucie County and into Indian River County. So again, we'll have some showers along the coast during the mid-morning hours, and then later today, everything will start to work its way farther and farther west. Now, in the meantime, notice all of the tropical moisture across the Bahamas that stretches all the way down to Cuba. All of this rotating around this right here. Notice the spin in the winds. This is an area of lower pressure in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and this will start to work its way into the peninsula as we head into the next several days. That's tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and as a result, rain chances will be on the higher side. Today, a 50% chance of showers and storms. First, coastal showers during the morning, then inland showers and storms later today, and then notice how that ramps on up through Tuesday, and then by Thursday we start to dry things out as that area of lower pressure pulls away from us. Tomorrow, Labor Day Monday, 89 degrees. We'll have some showers and some thunderstorms around. Otherwise, we're partly to mostly cloudy. So there's that low. Tomorrow it moves into the area, and this is going to stick around through Wednesday, and then finally by Thursday it's starting to pull away, and that's when we start to dry things out. So for today, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds, in and out of the clouds throughout the day. Today, a 50% chance of some showers and storms. Overnight tonight, we'll have some coastal rain showers, temperatures in the 70s, and easterly flow at 15. And over the next couple of days, notice how rain chances will be on the higher side as that area of lower pressure moves on through, but then we're drier by Thursday and Friday.